Hey everybody, it's Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project road trip today. I am currently in Pennsylvania, I think, near New York, so I think I'm still in Pennsylvania. And I'm going to New York alone. I'm alone in the car today. I left at 6:30 this morning and it's been 12 hours and I'm still driving. And I hinted at this a long time ago in a comment, but I haven't seen or heard anybody pick up on it in the few weeks since then. But there's a reason for my trip to New York, and I'm hesitating and pausing to see if any of you can guess it, but I am going to get Chris. So he's going to come back to Michigan and stick around with us for a while and rejoin the team. And it's very interesting. I'm thinking a lot. There's so much going through my mind as I'm talking, because we've been talking about this for 3 years now, but the situation just wasn't right for it, and we had to find a proper place, legal proper place for him to stay. And now we've got all that settled and situated, so you'll start to see Chris around the Off-Grid Project and the Homestead from now on. I'm sure that's going to make a lot of people excited to see him come back. And while I'm at it, since I've been running around like mad recently, up until I hurt myself. And another good reason for doing this drive today is I got the cruise control on, so I don't have to put any strain on my foot. I'm not tempted to work or do anything on the Homestead because I'm in a car. So I have been recovering for a couple weeks, and the other day was my first real day back to work. Putting the shelves in the greenhouse, doing the cat house, that took me 3 days because of my ankle. And it still hurts, it's still swelling. I think I chipped a bone. I did not go to a doctor because of the situation, as you all know it, in the world today. But anyway, I took care of it myself, and it still hurts, but it's not as bad. Only if I touch it. Oh boy, it's terrible if I touch that ankle bone. So I'm pretty sure I chipped it. But I want to explain, there's been a lack of videos even before that, and there's been a lot going on behind the scenes that I was going to get around to explaining, and now is the perfect time for it. Since I'm sitting here in a car and I'm not running around the country, I have been bringing home some lumber from time to time. I've been demolishing some sheds and bringing home some lumber. And the reason is that I have managed to make a deal to get a whole mess of sheds off a certain property, along with what remains of their contents. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about it or record it or not for a while, and now the time is right. So I got all kinds of stuff. I've got hardware, tools, some power tools, some hand tools, some antique tools, hardware like you wouldn't believe. Like I must have $2,000-3,000 worth of V-belts that I got in one load. I loaded the back of the Jeep, stuffed them in. I had to stuff them in the back of the Jeep. All brand new V-belts of all different shapes and sizes and kinds, ranging from go-kart to lawnmower up to a car, a truck, and even a tractor. So that's pretty good stuff to have all that. And hydraulic systems and pumps and stuff, things that I can probably sell or use. Some of the things I'll repurpose, some of the things I'll sell. But we'll see how it goes with time. The lumber I've been bringing home and using as I go. So I'm not stashing it at home. I'm just bringing it home as I need it and using it. That's where I got the lumber for the cat house, and that's where I got the lumber for the greenhouse shelving, the expansion in there. And Melanie's doing her gardens. All that lumber is coming from there. So you could go back to when she started her garden. That's been quite a while now since I started this project. And it's going to be a long time till I'm done. But I got permission to record, so now I can take you with me in the future. And when I'm doing the demolition or the cleaning out or whatever I'm doing. So you'll get to share that with me now. And that's one reason, one of the things, and one reason I wasn't doing much video for a while, because I wasn't around the homestead for a while. And some of you may say, well, we were not supposed to be running around. Well, it was an abandoned place, and I was alone, and I was going out for exercise, and I was absolutely getting exercise, so I wasn't disobeying anything. Anyway, another thing, it didn't pan out. I was hinting at a big thing, and I was really excited, and I was working on that trailer until the weather turned bad on us, and I was getting that trailer ready for the lumber mill. But what I did not share with you, I was getting that trailer ready for a Harbor Freight lumber mill. And somebody was going to help me get the Harbor Freight mill, and it was lending me the money to do so. And I had ordered it, and after 3 weeks because of the situation in the world, everybody's behind a little bit. After 3 weeks, they canceled my order with no notice, no warning at all. And I'm really upset. I might do a video on that alone one day, because I'm really upset how they handled that order. They canceled it with no warning, and their reason was that I never replied in a timely manner that I wanted to keep that order, which is ridiculous, because I had been calling regularly to make sure that order was kept. And it was like 3 days before they canceled my order that I said, absolutely, I want to keep this order. I will wait, because they had told me it was going to be 3 more weeks on back order. So we were talking 6 weeks total. And I said, yeah, I want it. And 3 days later, they canceled it and said I hadn't responded in a timely manner, although I had received 0 communication from them, from their side. None, 0, nothing. And I kept checking 3 times every single day, no joke. I was refreshing my account 3 times every single day. I kept it open on my computer. And no communication, no emails, nothing ever. Quite the contrary, I had called them and been checking on it to make sure it was all good. But they canceled it. So that was the big exciting thing I was going to surprise y'all with. It never did happen. And then we had all this bad weather and freezing, rain, and that's why I haven't got to that trailer yet. I really wanted to finish that trailer, but we haven't had a period of nice weather since then, because I have to finish sanding it, and then I want to put the primer on that day, and that's going to require nice weather for at least a good day, and above freezing temperatures that night without rain, so that'll cure. Actually, it took 2 days to cure the first little bit I did. So I'm waiting for the conditions to change so I can finish that trailer and put my mill on it. But that's based on the weather. So that is why that was on hold. And that was the big announcement and the big exciting thing that was going to be added to the homestead that I was hinting at and I never got to, because it never happened. So that pretty much sums up everything been going on in the last couple months, I guess. and why I hadn't been doing a lot of video up until I got injured. Of course, I got injured and kept my feet up for 2 weeks straight. It was bad. I had no painkillers, and the pain was intense and just absolute constant. It was brutal, and it was constant, and I couldn't sleep. It was just, I don't remember having pain like that ever. Just nonstop, constant pain without letting up. It was weird. So, at one point, it got so bad though, my foot was turning black, and there was pain shooting up my leg. Pulsing stabs of pain shooting up my leg. And I called an emergency prayer hotline. My foot had got big as a balloon, and I was going to have to go to emergency. And I called an emergency prayer hotline, and believe it or not, my foot swelling went down that night, and the stabbing pain stopped, and my foot returned to normal color. But that was I received prayer for the emergency situation at hand, and I did not ask for prayer for the underlying chip on my ankle. So anyway, that's pretty much better now anyway. But I was going to go to emergency that next morning. It was bad. There was something wrong. I don't know what it was, but it was not good at all. My foot was turning black. But it was healed instantaneously that night. Melanie and I looked at it and watched it change in front of our eyes. So that was pretty cool and pretty amazing. And I promised God if He healed me up, I would talk about it. So I'd say that's a pretty good miracle anyway. Also, the fact that if you don't pray for the underlying condition, that, well, you get what you ask for. I wanted the emergency healing for the stabbing pain and the swelling and the blackening foot, which went away. But so I'm back on my feet again, and although if I touch it on the bone, it still hurts, but it doesn't bother me otherwise at all anymore. Not at all during the day. So back to work in the homestead. I'm about I don't know my GPS. I got my camera on, so I can't see my GPS. I'm probably an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes from Chris. And I'm not sure how long he's staying. I'm not sure exactly any details yet, but we're going to get together. It's 6:30 at night right now. We're going to get together, and we're going to take him back to the homestead to meet up, help around the property, and get him in better shape. He hasn't been doing well, and we need to get him healthy again. So good country air, getting away from the stress, and getting exercise again, good food, and we'll hopefully get him back on his feet again pretty soon. So I'm going to wrap this up and get it uploaded to you, since I am on my cell phone. I have no idea how it's going to be on uploading. And then tomorrow you'll see Chris on the video. Maybe we'll talk in the car on the way home. So check it out, guys. We got exciting days coming. This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Please like, subscribe, and share, and follow our daily videos as we strive to become fully self-sufficient and off the grid on the budget. I almost said homestead because I got something else in my mind. Something cool, but we'll reveal that later. Talk to you all later.